Hi, I'm Carter Kopak, quarterback for your Northern Michigan Wildcat football team, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome to another year of Cat Chat, brought to you by Vangos alongside Bryce Burge. I'm Pete Francis. The NMU football team had their home opener on Saturday, and we were there, so let's go to the highlights.
NMU looking to pick up their first win at home in front of 4,200 plus. We get started in the first quarter. Marcus Tribble with the pick six. NMU with the early 7-0 lead. Staying in the first quarter, it's the offense's turn as Carter Kopak's pass is tipped and lands right in the hands of Craig Thompson, who takes it 33 yards to the end zone to make it 14-0 Northern Michigan. And the student section is loving it. To the second quarter we go, NMU with the flea flicker as Carter Kopak connects with Dustin Brancheau for 49 yards to extend the Wildcat lead to 21. Later in the second, it's Kopak again as he rolls to the right and he finds Dustin Brancheau once again, and it's 28-0 Cats. Still in the first half, Kopak threads the needle to Blake Kreider, and Kreider comes up with the catch between three defenders, and NMU goes into the half with a 35-7 lead. To the second half, after a Findlay field goal, Carter Kopak takes it from the goal line, making it 42-10 Wildcats. And let's not forget about the defense. In the fourth quarter, Matt Forward comes up with the interception, 1 of 4 by the Wildcat defense on the day. Later in the fourth quarter, Kopak finds Dustin Brancheau for the third time, Kopak's 5th touchdown pass of the day. Wildcats win 49-10. Hey Carter Kopak, how do you like the new offense?
New offense is good. It's a lot better when we score 49 as opposed to 6 we did last week. But Coach O's a great coach, and he puts a lot of faith in the players, and I like that. It's all about trusting this offense. And today was Branchau's day. I guess he set a school record. I didn't know about that, but I guess he did, and or tied one. So that's great. But next week it could be anybody else on the field. So it's great. Everyone stepped up and played a great game, including the offensive line. Couldn't have played any better.
After a slow start by the offense last week, Bryce, they really kicked it into gear this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the total yards, 370 this week to 202 last week in Mankato, it kind of shows how far this team has come in both learning the new offense and having the great home advantage and having the dome. Last week it was horrible weather up there. It was on and off, and that field had the consistency of a wet sponge. And now when you've got to go inside the dome and take things properly, you can go out and you can throw the ball 17, like Northern did, 17-24, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception for 269 yards. It's a great time.
And for the second straight week, Bryce, the defense has been outstanding.
4 interceptions this week, a forced fumble, 239 yards allowed to a team that was able to average over 300 a week last year on the ground alone. And they allowed only 10 points, so they're averaging 8.5 so far this year. And then really that starts with the D-line. You've got players like Zach Anderson, Matt Forward, and DJ Catalano that are just there and doing their job and is opening up the linebackers and the defensive backs to swarm the ball carrier on a run, or it gives the option to give different coverage packages during the pass. And that's all things that that can be batted back and forth in the 3-4 defense that we do. And talking to all these guys, they're all very humble. They all understand that they're part of a bigger team aspect on the defensive side of the ball, which means that they're going to play as a better cohesive unit, and they're all very, very much willing to give most of the credit to the defensive coordinator and Ari. Proves that they're buying into the system that he's really brought here to Northern.
Yeah, Bryce, both sides of the ball were great. Another thing that's really stood out to me is the production the team is getting out of some of its freshmen.
Yeah, one of the leading tackles is Zach Anderson there on the D-line. He had 8 tackles and 1.5 sacks, I believe. I don't have that stat with me right now, but he's one of the leading tacklers on the team. Also, on the offensive side of the ball, you've got the true freshman Christian Marble King. He leads the team in receptions. He had that big touchdown grab last week as he scampered into the end zone with 42 seconds left. And then you've got the freshman in Scott, who's the running back. He averages 4.9 yards per rush in the last game against Findlay, and he really has kind of showed that he knows what to do and fits in well with the offensive system.
Well, next week, Brice, the team hits the road for a matchup with a Northwood team that they lost to in a very tight game last season.
You know what? Honestly, they've never been able to win down there. That's something that has really haunted the team of this year and teams of the past. But when they go down to Northwood, they're going to see a team that has very many flaws. They're going to see a team that's 1-1 only because they were able to beat one of the newbies to the GLIAC in Ohio Dominican. They beat them 38-12 last week. And really in the first half, they were neck and neck with each other with a 14-12 halftime score. Northwood has the wood bone. We saw that 2 years ago when they were here. That's a kind of running option that has a lot of end arounds, a lot of QB draws and QB sneaks and stuff like that. But they were only complete 4 passes last week, and that's huge. And really, if you've got a disciplined defense like we do at Northern, it will break that up without a problem. And the Northwood defense, when they played Wayne State in a non-conference matchup to start up the season, they gave up 31 points to Wayne State that was just trying to get back after losing Harlan Hill winner Joik Bell. So I think that's going to be the big deal, and they can kind of focus on the non-game matchup issues like the penalties that they had. They had 10 penalties for 66 yards against Findlay, and that's just not going to cut it when that was more penalties than they had in the first 2 home games last year against Tiffin and Fair State.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the team plays next week at Northwood. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'll be joined by NMU receiver Dustin Brancheau. Stay tuned.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
Can't get enough of NMU sports? Well, you're in luck because Cat Chat is Northern Michigan University's television sports show, featuring highlights, recap, analysis, and interviews with all your favorite Wildcat players. Join us at catchattv.org, where you can watch new episodes and keep up with the latest news in the forums as Cat Chat brings you the action like no one else. Cat Chat, the UP's #1 sports show.
Welcome back. Joining us now is NMU receiver Dustin Brancheau. Dustin, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, huge win for the team this weekend. How much more comfortable are you guys feeling with the new offense?
Each week we get a little bit more comfortable with the offensive scheme. Coach O is doing a good job of putting us in plays to put in the right position to make plays for the team, and each week we're going to get a little bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah, this year you've taken over the #1 spot now at receiver, and you're looked to as the go-to guy. Have you felt any added pressure taking the #1 role?
I wouldn't say there's any added pressure, but it's just something that I've looked forward to for the last 4 years now. Having the Freddie Wells, the Dan Elmores, and Zach Nichols ahead of me for so long. It's nice to be that guy finally that you can go to.
Yeah, other than yourself, it's basically a completely new receiving corps this year. How do you feel about the rest of the receiving corps?
The receiving corps is doing good. With Brian Mitz and Christian Jesse going out right away in the beginning of the season, Blake Kreider and Craig Thompson have done a good job of stepping up, and not to mention true freshman Christian Marble King. He's doing a very good job too, and I like our receiving corps right now.
Yeah, last year was the team's first winning season since 2002. What are the team's goals for this year?
Our goal is to make the playoffs. Last year we felt we should have been in the playoffs, and we had 2 losses against Findlay and Northwood that we felt we should have won, which would have put us at 8-2 and in the playoffs. So this year we expect to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, a question I like to ask all the seniors that come on the show: what's been your most memorable game in your time at Northern?
Oh man, there's been a couple good ones, but I'd have to say maybe last year at Michigan Tech when we beat them pretty good.
Okay, well, big game coming up this weekend at Northwood. Now, this is a team you guys lost to last season. What do you think are going to be the keys to winning this game?
Our keys offensively, we just got to execute the game plan. Coach O will put us in the right position to make plays, and we just got to do it. Northwood, they're a good team, and we're going to go for revenge from last year. They beat us last year, so we want revenge.
All right, it's time for 5 random questions. You ready? All right, favorite pro sports team?
The Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade.
All right, favorite movie?
Blue Streak.
If you could play any sport other than football, what would it be?
That'd definitely be basketball.
What's the best pregame meal?
Oh, man. I'd have to go with chicken Alfredo.
And what's the one thing you can't live without?
I can't live without snacks.
All right, Dustin. Well, thanks a lot for coming on the show, and best of luck this week against Northwood.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's Dustin Brancheau. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Bryce and I try out for the men's basketball team. Stay tuned.
Attention Wildcat fans! Vango's, the longest-running pizza parlor in Marquette, is a proud supporter of Cat Chat. Located on 3rd Street, Vango's is your neighborhood bar and restaurant with takeout and delivery. Open 7 days a week, Vango's specializes in only the freshest ingredients. From the dough to the pizza sauce made from scratch, Vango's uses the freshest vegetables for all pizzas, soups, salads, and specials, and has the best homemade food in town. Vango's, come taste the difference.
This is Doug Lewis, head men's basketball coach here at Northern Michigan University, and you're watching Cat Chat.
Welcome back. The men's basketball team has a new head coach in Doug Lewis, and this past Wednesday, walk-on tryouts were held for the team. Bryce and I got to try out, so let's go to the video.
Bryce and I will start the game on offense. I set a screen here, and the floor was a bit slippery. I'll pass it to Bryce, and a little miscommunication. I'm not sure what happened on that one. Let's go to the defensive side. Bryce with the man-to-man. And that's a dunk. Not sure how we got past Bryce on that one, but back to offense. Some nice passing here. I put up the 3, and there appears to be a lid on the basket. Next possession. And can't get a foul, I guess. And Bryce from downtown with the Ray Allen-esque form on his 3. Somehow bricks. And Bryce, once again. Not sure how that didn't go in. Coach Lewis, how'd we really do?
Great. If we can get you guys to pass a little bit and shoot a little less, maybe we can win the GLIAC championship.
In addition to letting us try out, Coach Lewis let us know what to expect from the team this season.
I mean, a lot of hard work. We're really going to get after defensively, but at the same time, we're really going to push the ball up the court. We got a little athleticism. We have some quickness. We have some shooting. We got some talent. We have some potential to be a really good basketball team. So I'm really excited about this upcoming season. You know, we should compete, you know, to win a lot of games in the GLIAC conference, and our goal is to win the GLIAC and make the NCAA tournament.
This season at the Berry should be exciting. That'll wrap up this week's edition of the show. For Bryce Burge and the entire Cat Chat crew, I'm Pete Francis. Until next time, go Cats.
Can you do a quick promo for us? Just introduce yourself and say you're watching Cat Chat.
Okay, you want me to say, this is Doug Lewis,
Yeah,
head men's basketball coach at Northern Michigan University.
And you're watching Cat
And you're watching Cat Chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when.
Go ahead.
You.